Alrighty, welcome back to Weenie Trades. We had an insane Thirsty Thursday. So I'm going to get right into this video. In this video, we're going to be learning about why the MJ stocks declined, what kind of trades that I took on them, and how to dip buy and what to do if that dip buy really didn't work out. So let's get right into the trades. Our first trade of the day was on Nvda, and it was a dip buy. And Nvda, the dip buy, I was saying I really like Nvda at 600. Quick move up. And then we slammed down first thing in the morning. But then we started to pull up, and Nvidia was showing relative strength compared to the SPY. So if we compare Nvidia to the SPY was starting to kind of sell off during the day, but Nvidia was kind of holding a lot stronger. If you remember from last video, we were talking about the monthly bull flag. We were moving up, rally, and then we had the base, and then now I'm expecting another rally in Nvidia because of the monthly bull flag. So because of that, I'm looking for dip buy opportunities intraday. So first trade of the day was on Nvidia, right over $600 a share. That was right about here. And then I just scalped that move all the way up to about 602.50. I know. So the first trade dip buy was a scalp because, and we're going to talk about this, my position was already built. I had already, one naked Nvidia call contract is leveraging around 100 shares in Nvidia, a little bit less because of the deltas and stuff like that and a lot of the Greeks. But because of that, I have my position built, so I sold really quickly. Boom, that was for a nice good revenue trade. Then later in the day, I did a core day trade, and this time it was a little bit of a breakout. So in this video, we're going to be talking about dip buys and breakouts. Right here, I took the breakout on Nvidia over 63.50. Right about here as we moved up, did a sideways consolidation, and then popped. And so as we started to pop, as we started to come back in, I sold that contract right at about 607. Boom, that was an extra little revenue trade on the way back in. So that was Nvidia buying the dip. So double scalp, and we also took some profits on our short-term spreads over around $413, and still holding those longer-term debit spreads on Nvidia. So that was the first trade of the day. Our next trade of the day was on TLRY. We actually had a lot of trades, but let's talk about the dip buy on TLRY. So TLRY was actually a losing trade, but it was a losing trade that was completely manageable, and that's what I was saying. When you're dip buying, TLRY was extremely oversold. If we look at the daily chart, look, we just had the massive run up, massive run up, but then we started most of the time on the first red day after a big move up like that, I can expect some sort of dip buy. And I said I like the dip buy on TLRY right around the 40 area. Well, I kind of did just that. Dip bought TLRY right in this congestion area that comes from this little bull flag area zone. So that's what I thought where we should have gotten an hourly bounce. It's not, usually I kind of am joking when I say you'd be prepared to lose 50% on the day the next day if you're buying these stocks when it's super high. But this was the case where it actually dropped 50%. It did not find enough buyers. So as you can see, we first started dip buying down when it first came into the zone, and we actually got a 10% rally. 10, 11, 12% rally from our entries. However, I didn't have my position fully built, so I was looking for lower prices to build the position. Now, this is very dangerous, and not dangerous, but dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But you need to understand that there's a certain point where you have to stop out. So I eventually added some shares, and once the supply zone started to turn into some resistance, I thought, okay, that's dangerous. Boom, we started to put in a lower low, and I had to stop out. So I'm very thankful I stopped out for $119. Remember, we're still nicely green on the day on multiple accounts, all on over. If you want to take a look at the Webull fills, lots of great stuff going on. But if we look at TLRY, had to stop out. It sucks stopping out, but it was one of those things where once you have the position fully built, the most I wanted was 60 shares because TLRY is an extremely volatile stock. That's when I stopped out, took my wounds, took the L, and so I'm so glad I did because I just saved myself an extra 22% by stopping out. So that was a scenario where dip buying did not work out and I had to stop out, but I took the appropriate share size to manage the risk for adjusting for what I wanted to. So that was TLRY. The next dip buy that we took today was on PLTR, and PLTR, I said I really like PLTR into this 33 level. We did a bear flag. We were breaking down, extremely oversold, down 7% on the day. PLTR has been a high flyer lately, and the high flyers today just mostly got smacked. If we check Sundial, SNDL, Sundial got absolutely smacked, and just bear flag after bear flag breaking down. So PLTR, I was saying I really like PLTR into that 33 level, and I would actually average into it up to 32.50. So I have my stop out in mind. Well, PLTR And that 33.32 comes from here. It's a little bit tough to see because we have so many different trades on it. But here's your zone. Boom, we get the breakout. If that's the former breakout area, I'm going to want to buy it if we're extended into that support level. So it needs to be extended into that support level. What's the risk to reward? Buying down here versus selling down here. And that's where dip buys usually create the risk to reward. So we went ahead and bought PLTR down there, and we got this nice good move up. Still swing trading it. Nice small size, comfortable size for a weenie. Its size is different for everybody. If we go over to the trade tab, I also was able to get a free ghetto spread. So what I did was I bought the 34 strike call for $277. That went ahead and pushed up. And instead of just selling that call, I'm going to save a day trade because this is the swing trade account by selling the next strike call for $278. Now I'm not even risking a dime. I'm not risking a dime. If PLTR goes to zero, I still make $1. Now that's independent from the shares, but I still make $1 if PLTR goes to zero. And if PLTR next week is above 34.50, I'll turn free money into a $50 bill, and I saved a day trade. So that's kind of how we did that, and I ghetto spreaded that right about 34.40, right about here, 34.40. So there we go. That's PLTR. So those are the dip buy types of trades. So let's get into the breakout types of trades. I had breakout types of trades posted today that I said I really like. So the breakout trades are actually my go-to type of trade because I stop out faster, and I can usually build a position and raise my stops on them because it's a little bit difficult when you're dip buying. You don't always can catch the low. But I posted a pre-market that I love, SQ over 263. Look at the morning, flushed because it was underneath 263. Never had that confirmation. Boom. We went ahead and went long at about 263 with a stop just underneath 260. But once we put in this pivot, I go ahead and raise my stop loss to just underneath that level because that shows me that there's buyers there. I don't want to be in this trade if the buyers are not there anymore. Boom, we get this nice good push up, and we also have actually made a flat top resistance with higher lows. This is an ascending triangle. I actually should have added right here. I did not add. I was focusing on breaking down on members communities. Members communities. I was focusing on breaking down the subscribers stocks, so I could not add to the position right there. Shout out if you enjoy the breakdowns because we could be adding to these positions. And once we got this nice good push up, once we started to come, we broke 268. I was like, okay, 268 is a good sell spot. If we come underneath 268, I'm going to stop out. Boom, we stopped out for there. You can see the Webull entries and exits right around here. So that was a really fun trade on Webull. So there we go. That was the square breakout. And then the last trade of the day that I want to talk about is BABA. And BABA was just a beast. We clear the drawing set. I posted BABA pre-market that I love it over 270. Well, BABA over 270 actually was first a stop out. I'm going to first draw this triangle pattern because we're making lower highs and then higher lows, but I couldn't see that at this point in time. So at this point in time, I went ahead and went long BABA with D. Not get the breakout that I was looking for. So I was literally buying the high spot at that point in time. Well, that's okay because I can always stop out and get back in later. Well, I had a stop loss just underneath 268.75, and boy, that stop loss hit. Boom, minus $140 to start off. But I didn't give up on BABA. You know, and the P&L does not matter as much as the entries and exits. Later on BABA, we got this nice good push out, up, increasing in volume. We're breaking out of the bull flag. I didn't buy it just yet. I was still waiting for that 270. We formed a nice good bull flag after breaking out of the triangle pattern. So this is a textbook weenie setup. If we can duplicate this flag pull right here, that can give you the first measured target. And there we go. I went ahead and went long BABA this time with half size instead of the full size. But before we get this nice good breakout, I said I was targeting the 274. One of these red candles unfortunately twitched me out, so I peeled some profits off at 271.40, and this red candle right here, 272.24. And since we were only at half size, we still made good money on it, $68. Definitely thankful, not complaining. But because we took stop outs the first time around, it was not as profitable as it could have been, and just barely taking out before the target hit. Most of the time I'd expect a pullback, so that's why I was trailing my stops so tightly. Most of the time I'd expect a pullback, but BABA just went straight up. So it was a really explosive day. This has been the best trading month so far. You know, you guys can see all the orders and fills. You guys can go back to Weenie Trades live. That's just for me. I don't really care if you you know, enjoy it or not. But No, I care if you enjoy it. See it live at Weenie Trades Live, and if you're enjoying learning and how to trade and you want to learn how to make money, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. See ya.